system that develop their veins and have large leaves to them. They generally grow in warm regions. They both should be firm, free of bruises, and free of mold. Bulb vegetables are mainly used for seasoning and flavoring. The most common bulb vegetables are...
Garlic.
No.
Onions.
Onions, perfect, Anna. In this category, garlic, onions, leeks, scallions, and shallots are in this category. They should be firm and great in color. These are some different, I don't know if you can see this, but some different winter squashes. You have your acorn squash, your butternut squash, buttercup squash, your spaghetti squashes, which a lot of people love. These are some gourds. You can see the veins in them. They're very different shapes. They're really cool. A lot of people use them for decoration. You can even, and some people like cut them in half and serve them almost as like a cup, if you will. Down here are some bulb vegetables. You have leeks, salad, onion, chives, spring onions, Spanish onions, white onions, brown onions, local garlic, bulb of garlic. Your shoot vegetables are stalks that are high in cellulose fiber. They should be harvested while they are young and tender. Celery, asparagus, fennel, and celery, again, should be firm and not show any signs of browning. So here we have celery, artichokes before you peel off all the leaves, if you will, on them. Asparagus. When it comes to asparagus, you always want to cut off the bottom, so that's usually where there's usually some whiteness on it. Here you can kind of tell they already cut them off, so it's not as firm, but this part right here, some people even peel asparagus, or other restaurants, they'll cook it just like this and they won't peel it. And then there's fennel, of course. And a lot of people just use the bottom part for fennel. They'll shave it down, put it, saute it with, I've seen it sauteed with mussels, which is really good, brings out a great flavor to them. And then they end up using the fennel leaves as like a garnish, or you can cook with them. That is all. So now, if you want to walk over to the table, I can read you a little product identification. Okay, so, have we learned anything yet, guys?
Definitely.
So Mary, what kind of potato do we have right here?
Russet.
Perfect. Anna?
Red bliss.
Red bliss. Butternut squash, perfect. Cyril?
Yellow onion, I guess.
Perfect. Mary?
Red onion.
Okay. Anna, what do we got here?
We have red bell peppers, green bell peppers. Might be slightly orange red bell pepper.
Yeah, he's kind of. He's in between. He's crossbreed.
Sweet potato.
Snow pea.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice.
Broccoli.
Yeah,
Cucumber.
perfect.
Carrots. Zucchini.
Perfect. Okay, so obviously with potatoes you want to wash them because in here there's a lot of like dirt, grime. So washing that's perfect. Your onion, you want to peel off this outer skin. This obviously is non-edible. Snow peas, you can cook them just like this. You can get that in a lot of like Asian restaurants. And I love that. A little salt, that's pretty much it. With all these, you can russet potatoes, you can eat it with the skin. Some people prefer it without it just because they are kind of like a little rough, if you will. Red potatoes, since it's like a more waxier skin, they're very edible. Sweet potatoes, some people peel them, some people don't. It's, I guess, a preference, if you will. And then butternut squash, you usually always peel it. And then at the bottom of your squash, there's going to be seeds at the bottom. Always, this is a bulb. Well, this technically, I guess, kind of would be a bulb because the seeds are at the bottom. And then, and all this is just sod all the way through. Red peppers, seeds in, seeds out. They definitely give a lot of flavor. Broccoli, usually on the stalks, you'll trim the stalks off, considering sometimes they give a little bitter flavor to them. And then there's a billion ways you can cook broccoli. Cucumbers, some people eat them with on or without. Carrots, peel them is usually the best way to do them. If you get little baby carrots that are probably like this big, if you take a scrub brush, like a clean scrub brush, you can scrub off the skins on them real easy instead of trying to use a peeler and be there all day. Just use a little scrub brush, comes right off, and they're beautiful. And then with your zucchini, yeah, usually skins are on and you'll cut off the end cap over here. So for a little demo, I'm going to slice one of these peppers in half. We are going to grill one half and then roast the other half over the burner. And this way you guys can get a difference between the two of them. So, we'll move over here. Put my gloves on. So with the knife, obviously you have the blade, you have the butt end, if you will, and then you always want to make, some people grab it like all the way on the holster, and some people do like a pinching technique over here. It's kind of up to your preference. If you do the pinching technique, there is a good chance that you're going to start to cause like a callus right here on your hand. Eventually, you won't even think about it, and it just kind of goes away. I like to do a pinching technique. This is a Japanese blade to it, because it's thinner on the end, but a Western handle. Most Japanese knives will have a some can be made out of like maple wood. It's more rounded, where they have like an octagon, if you will, shape to them. So it's circular. I prefer the Western handle. So we're just going to slice this right in half. I'm going to leave this end in. I'll take this peel off. Take off the sticker without cutting myself. And then I will take off the seeds on this one, because this one I'm going to grill. Sounds great. We'll grill this one. And then this white in here, this is like a membrane, which kind of has, it can be like very bitter in flavor. So usually we always like to slice this off. And even though it's kind of like, it seems like we're wasting a lot, if you want, most people will save this, and you could chop that into like a small dice, and you could put it into either like a hash or pretty much almost anything you want to put red peppers in. So this way you're not throwing away all this, you can save it for, another day, if you will. So, this, we have our grill, we have our charbroil. So with the grill, we kind of want it a little slightly oiled. I oiled this before. So we'll start with the skin down on this. And you can almost kind of hear it starting to pop and crack a little bit. So that's a good sign that's hot. Excuse me. Over here, we're going to burn. So, when roasting peppers, you want to obviously almost charbroil it. And then when you're done, you want it to almost like the steam to let the skin peel off, so you can peel it off later. So usually we use plastic wrap, but unfortunately we don't have any, so we improvise. We're moving forward. So you pretty much can just let that sit, and it'll start to pop, crackle.
Kyle, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why did you leave the seeds in that and not in?
Well, the seeds on this one, usually when you do it, I could have took the seeds off, but normally when you do it, you leave it whole. So the seeds are in, and then you just peel the seeds off later.
Okay.
When you're grilling, it's almost easier if you were to slice the whole thing out. Like if I was to take my knife and I had the red pepper and I sliced almost the cavity out and pulled it, maybe like one slice, it's almost flat, and I just slice it all out. So now I got like a strip, if you will. That's all red pepper. I can just lay that right down and it'll cook on its own, instead of trying to like rotate.